In this video, I'm going to talk about a couple of changes into the QuickBooks Online chart of accounts that are quite frankly game-changing. So I'm going to go into the chart of accounts and kind of explain the premise first. So I'm going to go into the gear menu on the top right and then go into where it says chart of accounts. That goes into the chart of accounts, and I can collapse that left navigation bar if I want to see a little bit more real estate. And you will start seeing a couple of new things. They're small, but they're important to notice. One is some accounts will now have a lock item next to it, like a lock icon. And when you hover over it, it'll explain to you that the account is locked, that you can't select it from drop-downs or forms. But if you use a third-party app, it might still go straight into that. So basically, we'll explain that in a second. So this new locking mechanism, basically you can edit it by clicking on the drop-down menu and going into edit. Locking is not the same thing as making inactive. There's basically a little icon here that says lock account, and you can swap from unlocked to locked. Quite simple. Click here on save or save and close. And you no longer will see the lock item next to it. Now, the purpose of locking is so the user cannot use it in a transaction. So let's go down to, let's say, one of the expense categories here. I'm going to scroll down to my expenses, and then we're going to see a couple, let's say, for example, employee benefits. So let's say, for example, I don't want the user to be able to put any transactions inside any employee benefits. So what I can do is I can select all of these in group, select them all at the same time, and scroll up and click on batch actions, and then click on lock accounts. So that allows you to lock them all at the same time. So you won't be able to select these from drop-downs or forms, but third-party apps can access it. Okay, fine. So we'll click on yes. And now the accounts have been locked. Okay, so if I type here benefits or whatever it is, I would see that they show up here, and now they are locked. Now I can still use them on reports. They will still show up in my P&L and my balance sheet. I can still edit them. I can still do whatever, but the user will no longer be able to use them in a transaction. What does that mean? So when I go and create, let's say, for example, a bill, and I want to do a bill against any of those benefits, I'm going to type here benefits. They show up here, but they're grayed out. So the user cannot touch them. This is, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a game changer. Now, this is a different one. Employee benefits is a different one. Maybe it's spelled in, it's from a different grouping altogether. That's why that one doesn't show. So it's just, there's a duplicate of the accounts. But all the ones that I locked, they are locked in there. So the reason why this is a game changer is because to avoid errors, accounting professionals have certain accounts that they don't want the users to use, right? Maybe they use them incorrectly, or you want to kind of limit the choice architecture to only a few accounts that they can use. Now, as an accountant, you can't access them either, right? So if I want to actually use it, I can. So if I type here benefit, I don't have access to it. It is grayed out. I still have to go back to the chart of accounts and unlock it to be able to access it. So unfortunately, it is a hard lock, hard unlock mechanism. Same thing as doing a journal entry. So in a natural transaction or a journal entry, if I go into journal entry, we have kind of the same situation where I'll pick here benefit. Okay, and they're sitting there unlocked. Okay, again, game changer for the accountant, the manager, the admin that knows and understands the context of what accounts should be used and when, and wants to lock it for the rest of the users. Now, what this doesn't have is selective user locking. So like lock it for some users, but don't lock it for other users. It doesn't have that. It's just a broad lock and unlock. Unfortunately, there's no filter that will only show me locked transactions. So I still have to like go find the transactions that are locked. And if I type here lock, let me see by any chance it reads from that. No, okay, it doesn't work like that. So there's just no way to only show locked transactions. So unfortunately, you have to go find it. So the only way to unlock it is to actually click on the drop-down menu, and there's no sub-menu there, and then click on edit, and then unlock from there. So unfortunately, no mechanism to batch unlock. There is a mechanism to batch lock. Something else that I'm not sure about is which users can lock and unlock. I assume that accountants can, admin can, but I don't know if any of the additional users have explicit access to being able to lock or unlock. That's missing. This is version 1, of course, which is great. that's missing, but that would be really, really cool if maybe in the QuickBooks Online Advanced version, we could pick and choose which users can lock and unlock. So this first attempt is awesome. Now, something else I want to mention is even if the account is locked, so let's say, for example, I'm going to lock this, all these bank accounts. I'll lock them here and then go to batch actions and lock. That means that they cannot be used in a line item in any transaction creation. You can still go into the register itself and create a transaction from here. So it won't unlock the ability to use a transaction from the register itself. So it won't lock you there. It locks it from this drop-down menu. It doesn't lock it from the source drop-down menu. So here in the top, it would lock them from you being able to switch. So I can't switch to the other bank account from the drop-down menu, but I can still create the account from here. So as long as I go into the chart of accounts and access the register, I can go into the register, but I can't use the drop-down menu to swap back to that account. So that's a little bit of quirky situation that we have. Now, if I go and create a transaction, let's say I go an expense account and I click on the drop-down menu, I cannot access any of the, I just cannot access any of the the bank accounts in there because I locked the bank account. So that's going to be a challenge if you lock bank accounts or if you lock credit card accounts for expense creation. So something else that this is missing is a little bit of that context is, do I want to lock it at the source level or do I only want to lock it at that line item category level? So that's missing from the logic. Again, this is just version 1 of what QuickBooks came out with. And I know for a fact someone from Intel will watch this video and go, okay, that's another thing that we didn't think about, or there might be something in the pipeline for a version 2. But in either case, I'm super excited about this. I'm excited about the premise of giving us the ability to do that. It's also going to be super useful for banking. So if I go into, let's say, for example, I go into bank transactions and I want one of my downloaded transactions to go into, let's say, into benefits, right? It won't work because it's locked, okay? So that could be useful because maybe I don't want any of those accounts to be used in banking. But if a rule exists, so for example, we go into our rules and any of my rules already contains the account in here, then that rule will continue to exist. But if I wanted to use, if I wanted to add it, like it hasn't been added yet, but I wanted to add the account to the rules, I can't use it. So what it does is it disables them from drop downs if you're going to use them in an action. But if they already pre-saved, like a rule or with a direct access to the register from the chart of accounts, if they're already pre-saved, then they will still function. So it's not a hard lock, it's user access lock from the drop-down menus, if that explains it correctly. So I did my best to try to explain this version 1. Again, I'm excited to see what version 2 looks like. Hope this was useful. See you in the next one.